Hello, beautiful friends. Your style only gets better with age. Tell me if this feels familiar. You leave the house feeling fairly put together. Your hair is done, your blouse is nice, your lipstick is on. Then you catch your reflection in a shop window or a quick phone photo and think, why do I still look a little tired, a little weighed down? Most of the time, it isn't your face. It isn't your body. It isn't even your clothes. Very often, it's the handbag quietly working against you. Too small so you're juggling things in your hands, too heavy so it drags one shoulder down, or too loud so it walks into the room before you do. After 50 and 60, that tiny bit of strain shows up everywhere. In your posture, in how your clothes fall, and in the energy you project when you walk into a room. I want to change that for you. This is Golden After 60, and my role here is to be your style and beauty guide for this next chapter of life, helping women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond create calm, polished looks that work for real days, real bodies, and real shoulders. In this video, we're going to talk about handbags not as trendy accessories, but as quiet tools that shape your silhouette, support your posture, and either lift or lower your whole look. I've seen again and again that when the bag is wrong, even a beautiful outfit can fall flat. When the bag is right, you suddenly look like the most refined version of yourself, without adding a single extra step to your routine. Tonight I'm going to share 7 quiet handbag secrets that help women over 60 look instantly more elegant, more lifted, and more comfortable in their own skin, without a closet full of designer logos or a brand new wardrobe. You'll learn 7 specific shifts that solve the most common handbag problems after 60, a few simple mirror tests you can do at home to see whether your bag is helping you or quietly aging you, and at the end I'll walk you through a straightforward 3-bag, quiet luxury plan so you know exactly what you truly need, no more, no less. If you appreciate calm, practical style tips made for real life after 60, you're in the right place. Stay with me until the end so you don't miss that 3-bag wardrobe formula. It will save you money, space, and more than a little shoulder pain. As we begin, start thinking about the bags in your closet. Which ones feel heavy, fussy, or simply not me anymore? Let's look at the first quiet change that can make a surprisingly big difference every time you step out the door. Secret number 1: your bag should match your life, not just your outfit. For many of us, our handbags are stuck in another decade. We may be in our 60s or 70s, but we are still carrying the structured power bag we bought for the office years ago, or the oversized shopper we used when the kids were small. Our lives have changed since then. Today we walk differently, our backs and shoulders may be more sensitive, and we carry readers, medication, a bottle of water, and a large phone. The one thing that has not changed is the bag, and that is where the quiet conflict begins. When a handbag no longer matches your real life, it stops being a helper and becomes a small, daily burden. It slips off your shoulder when you are paying at the register. It is so full of just-in-case items that finding your keys feels like an excavation project. That constant slipping, digging, and searching keeps your body on low-level alert. You look calm on the outside, but inside you feel rushed and slightly behind. Most everyday handbags end up weighing about as much as a big bag of sugar on one shoulder. Carrying that day after day quietly changes your posture and the way you walk, and eventually you see it in your stride and in how your clothes hang. I say this as a woman who learned it the hard way. In my early 60s, I insisted on using a stiff old work bag because it looked expensive. By noon my right shoulder was aching, but I kept going because I felt that changing bags meant I was giving something up. One of my clients, Linda, 68, had the same experience. She was retired, but still dragging around a heavy leather office bag packed with notebooks, old files, and extra pens she never used. Every outing felt like a workout. When she finally switched to a lighter, softer bag that held only what she truly needed, her whole body changed. Her arms swung more freely, her head lifted, and she told me, I did not realize how tense I was until the weight came off. Before you think about color, brand, or trend, ask yourself a few honest questions. What do I really do most days? How far do I walk? Do I need both hands free for grandkids, a cane, or a shopping cart? When was the last time I emptied my bag and looked at what I am really carrying? If your daily life has changed, but your handbag has not, this is your first quiet upgrade. Once you understand that your bag should serve your life first, it becomes easier to see which shapes and sizes are quietly working against you. In the next part, we will look at the tiniest culprit of all, the small, pretty bag that looks charming in the mirror but steals your freedom in real life. Secret number 2. Tiny doll-size bags steal your freedom. Tiny handbags are charming until you try to live a real day with one. You leave the house with a little doll-size bag, feeling stylish and a bit playful. 10 minutes later your phone is in your hand, your glasses are hooked into your neckline, your keys are somewhere at the bottom of a coat pocket, and you're thinking, why am I carrying half my life outside my bag? It's a small thing, but that constant juggling makes you feel scattered and less secure, especially in busy places like the grocery store, the pharmacy, or a crowded restaurant. For women over 60, this is more than a minor inconvenience. Our bodies are softer, we often dress in layers, and proportion matters. A very tiny bag sitting high on the body can make the upper half look larger by comparison, especially next to a cardigan, a quilted vest, or a winter coat. It also keeps your hands busy. Instead of walking in with relaxed, open posture, you are clutching a phone, a program, or a pair of glasses. That body language reads as tense rather than calm and confident, and over time it affects how you feel about yourself when you see photos or catch your reflection. I made this mistake myself. A few years ago I bought a small blush bag I had seen in a magazine. On the model it looked fresh and modern, just big enough for essentials. The first time I used it for my grandson's school concert, it could hold my phone and a thin card case, and that was it. My reading glasses ended up on top of the program in my hand, my tissues were stuffed into my sleeve, and I asked my daughter to hold my keys while I tried to clap. I spent the evening managing my belongings instead of enjoying the music. On the drive home I realized that bag was designed for a quick photo, not for a real grandmother's life. Here is a simple way to test this at home. Put on the kind of layers you truly wear most days and stand in front of a mirror. Place the bag at your side and really look at it. Does it look like a small, helpful companion, or does it look like a toy hanging off your outfit? Then open it and pack what you honestly need for a normal outing: your phone, keys, glasses, a small wallet, one lipstick, a few tissues. If it bulges, struggles to close, or forces you to leave something important behind, it is too small for everyday use. Ask yourself, is this bag working for my life, or am I working around this bag? A better choice for most of us after 60 is a small but truly functional crossbody in a simple rectangular shape. It should sit somewhere between your high hip and low hip so it feels balanced with your proportions. The structure can be soft and flexible, but not so flimsy that everything collapses into a lump. When you put it on, your shoulders should drop, your hands should be free, and you should feel ready to move through your day without thinking about what you are carrying. Tiny, decorative bags still have a place for short dinners or special events, but for everyday life, it is wiser to choose capable over cute. Once you make that shift, you may be surprised how much calmer and more confident you feel. Now that we've talked about bags that are too small, let's look at the opposite problem: the slouchy, collapsed styles that quietly add bulk and make an otherwise lovely outfit look a little tired. Secret number 3, slouchy, collapsed bags add visual weight. Many of us fell in love with the soft, relaxed hobo bag years ago. At 40 it felt carefree and a little boho, the perfect finishing touch for weekends. As time goes by, that same bag starts to tell a different story. The leather stretches, the bottom sags, and instead of draping softly, it collapses into your side. You slip it on, look in the mirror, and suddenly everything looks a bit heavier and wider than you remember. You have not changed overnight, but the shape hanging off your shoulder has, and it quietly changes how your body looks in clothes. When a bag has no structure, it does not frame your body, it melts into it. It adds width at the side of the hip and waist, the very area most women over 60 want to streamline. The eye follows big, soft shapes, and a slouchy sack pulls the gaze outward and downward. That is the opposite of lifting and elongating your silhouette. A collapsed bag can make a neat outfit look sloppy, and can make a straight back appear slumped, even when you feel fine. I say this as someone who loved slouchy bags for years. In my 50s, I had a caramel hobo that went everywhere with me. By my mid-60s, I began to notice something in photos. My clothes were the same, my weight had not changed much, but my side view looked softer and lower. It was not my body, it was that bag hanging like a pillow at my hip. Once I saw it, I could not unsee it. Many of my clients have the same experience. They look at a picture from a family gathering, and the first thing they notice is not their smile, it is a tired-looking bag spreading across their side. There is a simple way to check this at home. Place your everyday bag on a chair or a table and take a step back. Does it stand on its own, or does it puddle into a heap? If it folds over like soft fabric, it is probably too collapsed for most of your outfits now. For casual days, look for a soft structured shoulder bag instead. It still feels relaxed, but it can stand upright when you set it down and hold its shape while you move. One of my clients, Maria 72, keeps a soft structured bag by her front door. She wears it with jeans and a simple knit top, and her whole look instantly appears more intentional. She had not changed her clothes at all, she had only changed the bag, and suddenly she looked finished. Ask yourself the same questions. Does your everyday bag frame you, or does it flatten and widen you? Do you look more lifted with it on, or more weighed down? Once your silhouette has quiet support from the right amount of structure, the next step is to calm the visual noise and rethink the bold patterns and logos that can overpower your face before you even say a word. Secret number 4: loud bags talk over your face. When you walk into a room at this age, you don't want people to read your handbag first. You want them to meet your eyes, see your smile, and feel your calm presence. Yet many of us, especially in our 40s and 50s, were encouraged to buy bags that shout, big logos splashed across the front, shiny nameplates, loud prints, chains and charms that catch the light from every angle. On a glossy page, those details can look exciting. In real life, on a woman over 60, they often take over the picture. Busy patterns, oversized branding, and high-shine finishes compete with your jewelry, your hair color, and your facial features. In photos and videos, they grab attention first and can give the impression that the outfit is trying a little too hard, even when you are not. As we get older, many women tell me they want more peace and quiet in their lives. We simplify our homes, our schedules, even our friendships. Your style can reflect that same calm. Instead of shouting for attention, it can feel quietly luxurious, soft, steady, and self-assured. I remember a large logo bag I saved up for in my 50s. The hardware gleamed, the brand name was visible from across a room, and at the time I was proud of it. A few years later, I looked at a family photo and realized I saw the bag before I saw my own face. My smile, my eyes, my expression were secondary to a rectangle of leather and metal. That was a turning point for me. Have you ever looked at a picture and felt that the loudest thing in the frame was not you, but your accessories? Here is a simple mirror check you can try. Stand in front of good light, hold your handbag where you normally carry it, and soften your gaze. Ask yourself honestly, where does my eye go first, my face or the bag? If the bag wins every time, it is too loud for everyday wear. Ask a second question: if I removed the logo and the shine, would I still love this shape and color? If the answer is no, the bag is probably more about the label than about you. A quieter choice is a solid or softly textured bag in one color, with very discreet branding. Interest comes from texture, pebbled, woven, or smooth, and from clean shape rather than from writing and hardware. One viewer told me she switched from a heavy logo tote to a matte leather shoulder bag in a soft top. Her friends started saying, "You look so rested," even though nothing else had changed. She said, "I finally feel like myself again." People notice my face, not my purse. That is exactly what we want. As you look at your own collection, notice which bags support your presence and which ones talk over it. Once we quiet that visual noise, we can turn to another kind of overwhelm: the oversized black hole bags that seem to hold everything, yet leave you digging, hunched, and more tired than you need to be. Secret number 5: black hole bags drain your energy. You know that moment at the pharmacy counter when the clerk asks for your insurance card, or you need to read a message from your doctor, and your stomach sinks because you know what comes next. You reach into your tote, and suddenly you are digging through receipts, old tissues, coupons, snacks, lipsticks, and loose pills. You apologize, you shuffle, you dig a little more while the line behind you inches forward. In that instant, you don't just feel annoyed with your bag, you feel scattered, even if you are a very organized woman in every other area of your life. That is the pattern of the black hole bag. A large, open tote with no structure almost always turns into a portable junk drawer. There is space, so everything gets tossed in just in case: medicine, 3 pens, old glasses, store cards, notes, snacks for grandchildren, receipts you keep meaning to file. None of those things are wrong on their own, but together they create constant little moments of friction. You can't find your keys. You lose your reading glasses at the exact moment you need them. You spend 1 extra minute at every checkout hunting for the right card. Those little annoyances drain your energy all day long, and by the time you get home, you are more tired than you need to be from a simple list of errands. I carried a bag like that for years. I told myself it was practical because it held everything. One afternoon, I finally emptied it onto my dining table. The pile of stuff actually shocked me. There were appointment reminder cards from months ago, empty gum packs, 3 nearly identical lipsticks, a small tape measure, coins floating in the bottom, and a handful of things I had forgotten I owned. It hit me that my bag was not reflecting my life now, it was a museum of past busy seasons. Have you ever dumped out your bag and thought, why am I carrying all of this? A simple reset makes a huge difference. Take a flat surface and empty your bag completely. Make one small group of true daily essentials: phone, wallet, keys, glasses, a pen, 1 lip product, a few tissues. Make another pile of sometimes items that you might move in and out, depending on the day. Everything else belongs in a drawer, not on your shoulder. Many women find it helpful to keep tiny items like medication, lip balm, mints, and bandages in one small zip pouch so they can see them at a glance. One client told me that once she did this, she stopped feeling that flash of panic every time she reached into her bag. She felt calmer and more in control, even though nothing about her schedule had changed. From there, look at the bag itself. A quiet, everyday tote or day bag should be able to stand on its own. Have a few compartments or a removable organizer, and let you see what you need without digging. When the inside of your bag is calm and intentional, you move through your day with less tension in your shoulders and less noise in your mind. Clearing the black hole is the first step. The next is to look at pure weight, because even a neatly organized bag can age your posture if it is simply too heavy for the body you have now. Secret number 6: heavy bags age your walk. If you come home from a simple day of errands with a stiff neck, one shoulder sitting higher than the other, or a dull ache in your lower back, your handbag may be part of the problem. After 60, the body simply does not bounce back the way it used to. Our joints feel less cushioned, our muscles bounce back more slowly, and anything we carry for hours leaves a bigger mark. A heavy bag worn on one side asks the same set of muscles in your shoulder, neck, and hip to work overtime. Over time, that uneven load can change the way you walk. A quick weight check can be very revealing. Pick up your everyday bag when it is completely empty. If it already feels like a commitment in your hand, it is too heavy before you even add your life into it. Now place in the things you usually carry and put it on your shoulder. Notice how quickly that shoulder drops, or how your body leans slightly to one side to balance the weight. Do you find yourself switching sides halfway through the day because one shoulder starts to complain? Do you tuck your elbow in or shorten your stride to control the bag? Those small adjustments are subtle signs that your bag is aging your walk. You may still be moving, but you are not moving freely. I lived this too. For years I relied on one large leather everything bag for work, travel, and everyday life. It looked polished, but by late afternoon my right shoulder felt tight, and my lower back ached. I told myself it was simply age. One of my clients, Carol, 69, had the same habit. Her day bag held a planner, a full makeup pouch, a tablet, a large water bottle, and several just-in-case extras. When she finally switched to a lighter crossbody for daily use and kept a small foldable tote in her car for the rare days she needed more space, her posture changed within a few weeks. She told me, "I did not realize how much I was leaning into that bag until I stopped." The goal is not to give up handbags, but to be smarter about weight. Choose lighter materials for everyday wear, smooth or softly grained leather, coated fabric, or good quality nylon instead of very thick hides and heavy metal hardware. Limit what you carry to a small, honest list phone, wallet, keys, glasses, and one tiny pouch for essentials. The rest can live at home or in the car instead of on your spine. You have carried so many responsibilities on your shoulders over the years. Your handbag does not need to be another one. Once the weight comes down, and your walk looks more relaxed and upright, you will be ready to think about something new, the color and personality of your bag, and whether it is quietly supporting your elegance or shouting over it. Secret number 7. Color and shape should flatter your face first. Color near your face is powerful, and that includes the color of the bag under your shoulder. Just as the wrong blouse can make you look drained, the wrong handbag shade can quietly flatten your complexion, especially in photos and shop windows. Our eyes read color quickly, so that block at your side becomes part of the frame around your face. If it is harsh, very bright, or very dark, it tends to pull attention away from your features. Very bright or neon bags, and hard black or white, often throw harsh color up into the face, especially when you wear soft neutrals and your overall coloring has softened with age. The bag may look dramatic on its own, but on the body it deepens shadows around the mouth, sharpens lines, and makes the whole expression read more severe than it really is. Many women look at a family picture and think, "Why do I look so tired here?" And only later notice the loud or very dark bag sitting right beside them. You can test this quickly at home. Stand near a window in daylight and hold your bag close to your upper body, where you normally carry it. Look at your face in the mirror. Does your skin look softer and more even, or do the shadows stand out? Then repeat the test with a softer neutral bag. When I did this with an old black shoulder bag and a new dove gray one, the difference was clear. With the gray bag, my gray streaks looked intentional, and my skin looked calmer, even though my makeup had not changed. For most women over 60, everyday handbag colors that flatter the face are gentle neutrals, soft taupe, warm beige, and soft gray, rather than harsh black or icy white. If you enjoy color, deeper, muted tones are usually kinder deep olive instead of lime, a soft berry instead of hot pink, midnight blue instead of electric cobalt. These shades still have personality, but they do not shout over your features or harden your expression. Shape matters too. Very playful shapes, hearts, cartoon outlines, extreme circles, or stiff boxes, pull focus and can feel a little too young for everyday life. For most days, look for softened rectangles and gently curved edges that echo the natural line of your torso. When a bag's outline follows your body, instead of cutting across it, the whole picture looks calmer and more elegant. Ask yourself, if you saw yourself across a room, whether you would notice your face first or your bag. Notice whether the color beside you seems to soften your features or sharpen them, and whether the shape feels in harmony with your body. When your handbag passes this simple face test, it stops being a distraction and becomes part of a frame that quietly supports you. Secret number 8. Straps decide your posture. Straps are the quiet troublemakers of a handbag. You can choose the right size, the right color, even the right weight, and still end the day with a sore neck if the strap is wrong. A thin, stiff strap concentrates all that weight into a tiny strip across your shoulder. On softer skin, that pressure builds quickly. You feel it as a sharp little pinch where the bag sits, or as that automatic shrug you do to keep it from sliding off. Over time, that constant tensing and tilting doesn't just feel annoying, it changes the way you hold yourself when you walk. I learned this the hard way. I owned a beautiful, structured bag with a very slim strap that looked elegant on the hanger. The first time I wore it over a simple knit top, it began to inch toward the edge of my shoulder. I found myself lifting that shoulder up, tucking my elbow in, and adjusting the bag every few minutes while I shopped. By the time I got home, my neck felt tight, and there was a faint red groove where the strap had been. For a while I told myself, this is just part of getting older, but it wasn't. The problem wasn't my age, it was that narrow, unforgiving strap I kept insisting on using. You can test your own bags in a very simple way. Put on a plain tee or light sweater, and slip the bag onto the shoulder where you usually carry it. Walk across the room the way you normally move. Does the strap stay quietly in place, or does it creep toward the outer edge? Do you instinctively raise your shoulder or grip the bag with your hand to keep it steady? Then press your fingertips gently into the spot where the strap sits. If that area already feels tender, after just a few minutes at home, imagine how it will feel after a full afternoon of errands or travel. Ask yourself, do I feel balanced and free with this on, or am I managing it the whole time? A good strap should support you, not fight you. Look for styles that are a bit wider so the weight is spread out, not cutting into one narrow line. A strap that is slightly padded or softly lined is kinder to your skin and joints. Adjustability matters as well. The length that feels perfect over a summer blouse will be too short over a winter coat, so being able to lengthen or shorten the strap keeps the bag sitting in the right place all year. If you walk longer distances, having the option to wear the bag crossbody can make a real difference in how your back and shoulders feel by the end of the day. I like to think of the strap as a tiny detail that can make your whole day more comfortable. When it is gentle and cooperative, you reach for that bag again and again because it simply feels good to wear. When it digs, slips, or demands constant attention, no amount of quiet luxury in the rest of the bag will fix it. As you look at the bags you already own, notice which straps truly support your posture and which ones you are always adjusting. Now that you understand what to avoid and what to look for, from size and structure to weight, color and straps, you are ready for the final step: building a simple 3-bag, quiet luxury wardrobe that fits the life you have today and lets you move through it with ease. When you put all of this together, what you really need is not a shelf full of handbags, but a small, thoughtful set that quietly covers your real life. I like to think of it as a 3-bag, quiet luxury wardrobe for women over 60. The first piece is your everyday anchor bag. This is the one that lives by the door, the one you can grab without thinking. It should be structured enough to stand on its own, so it gives your silhouette a clean line, and it should be in a neutral color that works with at least most of your closet: soft taupe, warm tan, mushroom, gentle gray. It needs to hold your true daily essentials comfortably, and it should harmonize with the shoes you reach for most, whether that's tan loafers, black ankle boots, or a soft metallic sandal. The second piece is your soft, hands-free bag. This is the crossbody or soft shoulder style you choose for errands, travel, and long walking days. The material should be lighter than your anchor bag, and the strap should adjust easily so it feels just as good over a summer blouse as it does over a winter coat. The overall mood is slightly more casual, but still refined enough that you feel like yourself if you stop for lunch or run into someone you know. It is the bag that lets your shoulders drop, your hands stay free, and your pace stay natural. The third bag is your small evening and special moment piece. Think of it as the jewel in this little wardrobe. The shape is streamlined, with a touch of shine or refined hardware, not glitter and noise. The color should flatter your face and hair in softer light: champagne, soft gold, deep berry, rich navy, so when you walk into a dinner or a celebration, the focus stays on you. It only needs to hold a phone, keys, a lipstick, and a small card case. Nothing extra, nothing dragging you down. If you remember nothing else, remember these simple ideas. Your bag should serve the life you have now, not a past version of you. Size, structure, and color can quietly add or subtract visual weight. Real elegance is comfortable. Pain shows up in your posture and in your expression. And you don't need many bags to look polished. You need a few good companions that move with you, not against you. Small, kind choices in everyday items make a real difference. Swapping one harsh, heavy, awkward bag for something lighter and softer can change how you feel in every mirror, every photo, and every doorway you walk through. You have earned the right to feel light, comfortable, and softly luxurious every single day, without apologizing and without chasing trends. I'd love to hear from you. Which handbag in your closet is secretly weighing you down? Too small, too heavy, too loud, and which one feels most like you right now? If you'd like more calm, practical style and hair guidance made just for women over 60, subscribe to Golden After 60 and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And when you're ready to match your renewed handbag wardrobe with outfits that lift your face and flatter your figure, move on to the next video. We'll choose colors and shapes that make your features glow.